Brooklyn Nets are sitting at 5-6, and the question that everyone is asking is where's Kyrie? So essentially, Kyrie Irving has turned himself into a Where's Waldo.
It's Wally. Where's Wally? Hey.
And he left the team. I believe it was Friday. They said it was due to personal reasons. Somewhere even joking like, okay, what is this girl's name? Because Kyrie has had situations in the past where his relationship status and issues with relationships have intervened with basketball. What scares me about Kyrie's absence, especially recently, Durant, they played the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost by double digits. Durant had 36. This is what scares me. It feels like the Nets are slowly turning into the Clippers. What do I mean by that? I mean the fact that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they got treated separately from the rest of the team. Kawhi Leonard couldn't, not have certain practices. He could say a day where he doesn't come in for practice and training and stuff like that. And, the famous AI quotes. We're talking about practice.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
But yes, those little things set division in your team. Those little things where one player is getting star treatment and the other one isn't, is the reason why players like Montrezl Harrell are no longer with the Los Angeles Clippers. Because players, they feel like they're all on equal footing. They're all part of the cog of the team. So no one person is bigger. And for Steve Nash, he said that he spoke with Kyrie. It's a private matter. He wants to keep it personal. Kevin Durant echoed the same sentiments. They're not going to relay what kind of information was said in between those chats. But the problem here is now you got to answer to 14 to 15 other guys and explain to them, the next time they want to take a personal day off, or they are having a bad day, or, they have an emergency, they're not going to want to hear that shit about, we got to go to the game, we got to sacrifice for the team. They're not going to want to hear that. So that's the risk you run when you're allowing things like that to happen from the top. And, like I said before, now it feels like, you're entering Clippers territory, the Twilight Zone.
Yes, you've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Where guys can basically make their own schedule and not coordinate with the team on what's going. By all accounts, when Kyrie left the team, he didn't even tell the coaching staff. He just told a few players, like, I'm not coming. And, you have the guys' phone numbers. It's not like back in the day. Even back in the day, you still had a phone, but it's not like back in the 80s, the early 90s, people didn't have cell phones and stuff like that. You could call someone to get in touch with the staff, email, text. There's so many different ways to get in touch with someone. So the respect level isn't there. And, you guys remember the movie Step Brothers with Will Ferrell? This feels like it's going to be the reverse. Instead of like in the movie where the guys hated each other and they grow to love each other, I feel like with KD and Kyrie, it might be turned into the opposite, where guys, they love each other coming into it. Everything feels good, but then they're going to start having animosity towards each other.
You fucker! I'll kill you!
Because now they see, look, some of the things that they're doing it's not basketball. It's not basketball related. KD, by all accounts, is a basketball guy. New York City is a basketball city. Even though they've had terrible teams, a lot of fans feel like they know their basketball. They're dedicated to the team. They watch all their games. They travel. The Knicks and the Lakers are some of the most well-traveled teams, but the Knicks in general. So now the Brooklyn Nets are trying to ascend to that level. And if fans are coming out to support you and they can't even see Kyrie, especially during the pandemic, and it doesn't have anything related to the pandemic, that hurts your cause. And here's another thing that people aren't really taking into account here. Kyrie Irving said he is stepping away from the team for personal matters. I understand if it's family related, like something like that deep. But if it's just because he just doesn't want to be there and he's going to do something else, now you're putting your team at jeopardy for getting, games delayed or games canceled due to COVID. And that within itself is bad because Kevin Durant already had to deal with COVID last year. And if the NBA is not postponing games, you're gonna err on losing more games if Kyrie and KD can't be there because somebody caught COVID while Kyrie had a stint, outside of the Brooklyn Nets, facility, bubble, routine. So all that is strange within itself. I mean, I hope it plays itself out like this is a one-time thing, but if this keeps occurring, then you're gonna start seeing KD want to take a personal day, Karis LeVert want to take a personal day, and it's just not gonna be. It's gonna be like the inmates running the asylum, like Con Air.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I have the only gun on board. Welcome to Con Air.
Hoops Junction, Hoops meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.